Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and not being pulled away immediately. Not by notifications, not by a list of things you need to do, but by a very clear feeling that you are here and you have a choice in how you begin. In the teachings of the Buddha, the morning is like a sacred window. The mind has just awakened and is still soft and easily guided. Because of this, the very first hour can shape the rhythm of the entire day. Have you noticed this before? When you wake up already rushing, your heart beating fast, your hand reaching for the phone, your mind running through dozens of concerns, the whole day often slides into anxiety and reaction. But when the morning opens slowly, when you know you are breathing, when you feel your feet on the ground, then even if the day becomes unstable, there is still an inner anchor. When the first 10 minutes of the day are lost, many hours that follow are easily pulled away as well. In Buddhist teaching, the mind is compared to a garden. If it is left unattended, the weeds of worry and distraction grow very quickly. If it is cared for with presence, gratitude, and compassion, the garden becomes a place of refuge and peace. And the best time to tend this garden is not at the end of the day when you are exhausted, but at dawn, when everything is still quiet. Today, we will walk through 7 simple morning habits rooted in Buddhist wisdom to help you begin your day with more balance and a lighter heart. And the very first habit, right after you wake up, is to return to the breath. Habit 1. Begin the day with the breath. When the morning first opens and you have not yet left your bed, there is a very small choice that carries great power. It is the choice of where you allow your mind to go first. In the teachings of the Buddha, the moment of waking is when the mind is most delicate and most easily pulled away. If at that time you let yourself drift into thoughts, worries, and obligations, the whole day can easily fall into tension. But if you pause and return to the breath, you create a safe space before stepping into the outer world. This practice is very simple. As soon as you wake up, instead of reaching for your phone or rushing into your mental to-do list, you simply sit still and take 3 long breaths. Inhale slowly and feel the air entering your chest. Exhale gently and allow the body to soften. There is no need to force the mind to be quiet. Just know that you are breathing. When thoughts arise, you do not push them away and you do not follow them. You gently return to the sensation of the breath. In a Buddhist story, a monk once came to the Buddha and shared that his mind was restless from the very start of the morning. The Buddha asked him where his mind went the moment he opened his eyes. The monk replied that his mind immediately ran toward duties and responsibilities. The Buddha pointed out that this was the root of his unease. When the day has not yet begun and the mind is already living in the future, tension is created. The Buddha taught him to begin with the breath, because only in the present moment can the mind truly rest. In Buddhist teaching, the breath is not just air moving in and out of the lungs. The breath is a bridge that brings you back to this moment. When you are aware of each breath, you are no longer living in the past or rushing into the future. You are here. 3 mindful breaths can be enough to remind the mind that there is nothing to hurry toward right now. There was a woman named Linda who used to wake up every morning with the feeling of being behind. The first thing she did was check emails and messages. Within minutes, her body became tense and her mind was filled with pressure. After learning about mindfulness, she decided to change one small thing. Each morning, before doing anything else, she sat and took 3 long breaths. This change did not remove her responsibilities, but it changed the way she entered the day. She felt calmer and no longer moved through the morning in panic. Starting tomorrow, let the breath be the first thing you touch. With each inhale, know that you are alive. With each exhale, release a little of the pressure you carry. When you begin the day with the breath, you are laying the foundation for awareness and peace. And from that foundation, the next steps of your morning can unfold with greater steadiness. Habit 2. Nurturing gratitude each morning. Morning is not only the moment the body wakes up, it is also the moment when the way we see life begins to shape the entire day. Many people open their eyes with a sense of lack. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough motivation, not enough recognition. When the mind begins with lack, everything that follows easily turns into comparison and tension. In the teachings of the Buddha, gratitude is the path that helps the mind step out of that state and touch the sense of enough that is already present. Gratitude in Buddhist teaching is not about forcing yourself to feel happy or denying difficulty. It is the honest recognition of what is supporting you right now. When the mind learns to return to what is already here, the heart naturally opens. The energy that arises then does not come from excitement, but from steadiness and ease. This is a form of energy that lasts and does not quickly run out. The practice itself is very simple. Each morning, you only need to create a brief pause to recognize 3 things you feel grateful for. There is no need to search for anything big or extraordinary. A blanket that is still warm. A body that is healthy enough to sit up. The quiet space before the city wakes. The sound of birds outside the window. Someone who is still present in your life. When you name these things silently in the mind, the inner rhythm begins to slow. If you wish, you can write them down in a small notebook. Writing is not about collecting achievements, but about helping the mind clearly see what is present. In the Buddha's teachings, gratitude is closely connected to insight into impermanence. Everything is changing, moment by moment. Nothing stays forever for us to hold on to. Because of this, what is present in this moment becomes precious. When you clearly see the temporary nature of all things, you no longer take the present for granted. A peaceful morning, a deep breath, a loved one who is still, healthy, all become gifts. Gratitude here is not clinging, but awareness of reality as it is. There was a man named Hrik who lived for many years in a state of dissatisfaction. His work brought constant pressure. His relationships became strained. Each morning he woke feeling heavy and empty. When he was invited to practice gratitude, his first reaction was resistance. He could not see anything worth appreciating. Still, he decided to try, beginning with very small things. A glass of clean water in the morning. A body strong enough to get out of bed. Light falling on a familiar wall. At first, this brought no strong feeling. But over time, he noticed that his mind had changed. Not because his circumstances improved, but because he began to notice the quiet joys that had always been there. Gratitude does not remove difficulty. It changes the way you meet difficulty. When the mind becomes familiar with recognizing what is already present, it is no longer pulled so deeply into lack and comparison. Each morning that begins with gratitude is like placing your feet on solid ground instead of standing on unstable soil. You can also expand this practice by silently offering thanks to someone in your life. Someone who has helped you, someone who has listened to you, or even yourself for continuing to live and learn. There is no need to say it out loud. Simply recognizing it in the heart is enough to soften the inner space. When the morning is nourished by gratitude, the new day no longer begins with pressure to have more, but with the realization that many precious things are already here. From that foundation, the mind becomes steadier as it moves into the next rhythms of life. Habit 3. Moving with awareness. The body is where the mind lives, yet on many mornings we forget it. We step out of bed with a head full of thoughts while the body remains tense and heavy. In the teachings of the Buddha, when mind and body are separated, imbalance soon appears. This is why returning to the body through mindful movement becomes an essential part of the morning. Mindful movement is not about training for achievement or burning energy. It is a way of bringing awareness into each action. With just 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, you can gently awaken the body and allow the mind to become clearer. You may choose a few light yoga movements or simply walk slowly in a familiar space. What matters is not the form, but the attention you bring to each movement. As you walk, feel your feet touching the ground. That contact reminds you that you are present. As you stretch, notice the muscles opening. In Buddhist practice, Mindfulness does not exist only when you sit still with closed eyes. Mindfulness can be present in each step, each stretch, each very small movement. This is meditation in motion. You can try a short practice right now. Stand upright and inhale slowly. As you exhale, gently roll your shoulders back and allow them to drop. Feel the softness spreading through your neck and shoulders. Then slowly raise your arms overhead, palms facing each other. Hold this position for a few breaths. There is no need to strain. Simply feel the space opening in your body. As you lower your arms, notice whether your body feels lighter. One small movement can already create a shift. In the Buddha's teachings, body and mind are not separate. When the body is tense, the mind struggles to settle. When the body is cared for, the mind naturally calms. When you move with full attention, you are sending a message of safety to your nervous system. The body understands that there is no need to rush and no need to defend. From there, the energy of awareness begins to spread. There was a mother named Sandra who used to experience very chaotic mornings. She had to care for her children, her work, and countless other responsibilities. Each day passed in a state of hurry and exhaustion. After attending a sharing on Buddhist teachings, she decided to try giving 10 minutes each morning to mindful movement. She did nothing complicated, only a few gentle yoga poses. After some time, she noticed the difference. Her body felt more flexible. Her mind was less irritable. The day began with a stronger sense of presence. Mindful movement does not require you to change your entire schedule. It only asks for presence. When the body is gently awakened, the mind awakens with it. And from there, your morning no longer feels like rushing forward, but like walking consciously on your own path. Habit 4. Setting a clear intention for the new day. Each morning opens like a blank page. You can allow it to be filled by habit, pressure, and demands from the outside. Or you can consciously write on that page with a clear direction. In the teachings of the Buddha, when the mind lacks direction, it is easily carried away by old patterns and automatic reactions. This is why setting an intention for the day becomes a way of creating an inner compass. Before starting work or thinking about everything you need to do, you can pause and ask yourself one very simple question. What kind of energy do I want to bring into today? Not how many tasks you want to complete, but with what quality you want to be present. It might be patience, gentleness, focus, or compassion. This question turns the mind inward instead of sending it outward. An intention does not need to be long or complicated. One short sentence is enough. Today I choose to move more slowly. Today I choose kindness. Today I choose to listen more than I react. You can say this sentence silently or write it down. What matters is not the form, but the sincerity with which the intention is set. In Buddhism, this practice is closely connected to right intention within the Noble Eightfold Path. Right intention means guiding the mind along a path that causes no harm and nurtures understanding and compassion. When an intention is planted in the morning, it becomes a seed. Throughout the day, that seed influences how you speak, act, and choose. Even though it does not remove all difficulties, it helps you remember where you are heading. There was a teacher named Adam who used to begin each day in a state of tension. He rushed, worried, and became easily irritated with his students. One day, he decided to try something different by setting an intention each morning. He chose a simple phrase: "Today I will remain calm and present with my students." At first, pressure still arose, but whenever tension appeared, he returned to that intention. Gradually, his reactions changed. He listened more and felt more deeply connected to his work. Many modern studies suggest that when people clearly define what they want to focus on, the mind becomes more able to notice what aligns with that direction. This reduces distraction and unconscious reactions. In Buddhist teaching, this is the power of mindfulness guided by wisdom. You can try this right now. Gently close your eyes and take a slow breath in. Exhale softly. Ask yourself what you want to bring into today. When the answer arises, let it settle. In moments of confusion, you can return to that intention as a place of support. When the morning begins with clear direction, the day is no longer a chain of reactions, but a path you walk with awareness. Habit 5. Beginning the day with compassion. When the morning begins, not only the body and mind need direction, but the heart also needs to open. In the teachings of the Buddha, compassion is not a luxury reserved for quiet moments. It is a foundation that allows people to remain steady in the face of pressure and pain. When a new day begins with compassion, anger no longer dominates so strongly, and emotional resilience is gradually strengthened. In Buddhist tradition, there is a story told as an illustration. A man filled with anger insulted the Buddha, hoping to provoke a reaction, but the Buddha did not respond with words or actions of opposition. His silence and calm left the anger with nothing to hold on to. This story is not meant to praise endurance, but to remind us that when the mind does not feed anger, violence loses its power. Compassion in Buddhist teaching is not weakness. It is the ability to see the suffering of others without being pulled into negative reaction. 1. Very familiar practice is loving kindness meditation. You can sit quietly for a few minutes and silently offer well wishes. May you be at peace. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. These phrases do not require strong emotion. They only need to be repeated with sincere attention. The practice can begin with someone you love. Then it can expand to someone you know, and then to someone you do not know. When it becomes familiar, you may even direct compassion towards someone who is difficult for you. Finally, do not forget to return to yourself. May I be at peace. May I feel light within. In Buddhist teaching, including yourself in the circle of compassion is essential, because a depleted heart cannot care for others over time. There was a woman named Maya who worked in a high-pressure medical environment. Each day, she faced continuous pain and stress. Gradually, she became drained and exhausted. After learning the practice of loving kindness, she began each morning by offering well wishes to her patients, her colleagues, and herself. Over time, she noticed a change. She no longer felt as burned out as before, and her work began to feel more meaningful. Compassion softens the heart and creates space for understanding. When the morning is nourished with loving kindness, you step into the world not only with gentleness, but also with a quiet strength that helps you move through the challenges of the day. Habit 6. Spending a moment with nature. In the quiet of the morning, before the sounds and rhythm of the outside world rush in, nature is always present as a silent teacher. In the teachings of the Buddha, human beings are not separate from nature. Our breath, our heartbeat, and the flow of our thoughts are all influenced by the environment around us. When we take a moment to connect with nature, the mind naturally settles and returns to a more balanced state. You do not need to go to mountains or distant places. Nature is already present where you live. You can stand by a window, step onto a balcony, open a door to look at the sky, or place your hand on a plant in your home. What matters is not distance, but the quality of your presence. When morning light gently touches the leaves, when birdsong fills the space, when a breeze moves across your skin, you can pause and feel. Let your eyes rest on a single detail, the green of a leaf, the very subtle movement of a branch. Listen to the sounds that are happening without needing to name them. When you pay attention in this way, the body begins to respond. The heartbeat slows, the shoulders drop, the breath becomes longer and deeper. There is no need to force anything. This adjustment happens naturally when the mind is no longer being pulled away. In Buddhist tradition, nature is often seen as a mirror of the inner world. Everything is born, grows, changes, and fades according to its own rhythm. By observing this, you are reminded that there is no need to hurry and no need to resist the flow. You only need to be present with it. There was a woman named May who lived in a crowded city. In the past, her mornings began in haste and tension. Then she tried spending 5 minutes standing on her balcony. She did nothing special. She simply watched the sky change, listened to the wind, and felt the air around her. That short pause became a sacred moment before the day began. She noticed that she entered her work with a different state of mind, slower and clearer. Tomorrow, try giving a few minutes to nature. There is no need to think or analyze. Simply look, listen, and feel. When you allow yourself to move in rhythm with the natural world, you are gently reminding the mind to return to its true pace. Habit 7. Eating with presence. When the new day has already been guided by the breath, gratitude, movement, intention, compassion, and connection with nature, what is often forgotten is right there on the table. Food is an essential part of life, yet many mornings pass in haste. We eat without truly knowing that we are eating. The body sits there, but the mind has already run far away. In the teachings of the Buddha, eating is not only to nourish the body, but also a practice of mindfulness. There is a question often mentioned in the tradition: are you eating your food, or are you swallowing your thoughts? This question is not meant to criticize, but to awaken presence. When the mind is absent, eating becomes an unconscious action. When the mind is present, each meal becomes an opportunity to return. Before eating, you can pause for a moment. Look at the food in front of you. Recognize that for this to be here, there was soil to nourish it, sunlight to warm it, and people who planted, harvested, and prepared it. There is no need to think deeply. Simply see that you are being supported. That brief pause is enough to help the mind step out of rushing mode. As you begin to eat, try slowing down. Take a moderate bite. Chew thoroughly. Place the spoon or chopsticks down between bites. Take a gentle breath before continuing. Notice the taste, the warmth, the texture of the food. Notice how the body responds. When you eat this way, you do not need to eat much to feel satisfied. The body is nourished. The mind is allowed to rest. Eating with presence helps you recognize very subtle signals. When you have had enough, the body will let you know. When you are eating from emotion, that also becomes clearer. This practice is not about controlling yourself, but about understanding what you are experiencing. From there, your relationship with food becomes healthier and more balanced. There was a man named Jordan who used to begin each morning in a fog. He ate very quickly and often could not remember what he had eaten. By mid-morning, he felt heavy in the head and unfocused. When he was guided to eat with presence, he decided to try something different. He sat down, ate more slowly, and paid attention. After some time, he noticed the difference. His mornings felt clearer, his body felt lighter, his mind wandered less. Tomorrow, whether you're drinking a cup of tea or eating a simple breakfast, eat with presence. When you eat mindfully, you are not only nourishing the body, but also awakening the mind. And the new day begins in a state of truly being alive. Morning does not need to be perfect to create a peaceful day. Just one small practice repeated with care can create lasting ripples within your inner life. When you slow your breath, feel gratitude for what is present. Move with awareness, set a clear intention, nurture compassion, touch nature, and eat with presence. You gently change the way you step into life each day. If this video has given you a moment of calm, choose one habit you would like to begin tomorrow morning. Write the name of that habit in the comments as a gentle reminder to return to yourself.